What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Snowman's Garage. I got this mystery engine here today. I got it from a buddy of my dad's, and it was an old fire truck. It only has 12,000 miles on it, but it smokes or something ain't quite right with it. I think it has a burnt valve or something. But as you know, the engine in my El Camino has gone to crap, so I said I'll take it. And I was hoping it was just a collapsed lifter because I'm going to replace the cam anyway, but all these are tight. Everything looks good on all these rocker arms here. So we'll have to dig into it a little bit more. So I'm going to start by taking these manifolds off and then maybe get a bore scope in there. I wish I could use the engine hoist, but as you can see there, my engine is on this one, but you're like, oh, just use this one over here. I could, but my dad's got to take his engine out of his car again, so I guess I'm doing it on the old dolly here. Now I'm just going to work on taking the intake off and get a better look at the push rods and stuff. So we got engines, and more engines out here. These ones are flipped upside down. I know how I told you that we could get this engine in this car, we just didn't have the transmission the right way. Turns out that was right. We could get it in. It was in there super tight, those motor mounts were, but they were hitting the oil pan. It was not the right oil pan. This one will work for my car. But on this one, it's even shallower right here, as you can see, and it's notched out right here to sit on that K member there. So this will be good now. This is like the fourth time we've had this engine in and out of this car, but it's finally going back in. But yeah, that's about it. Once we get that oil pan in, put it back on the transmission, it should fit just fine and dandy. Then we can start hooking stuff up. I got this on mine, and going to be doing a cam swap here soon, but first we're working on this one. So now I'm just going to pull the plugs and put the bore scope in there and make sure everything's cool with that. So this first plug I took out of there was pretty oily, as you can see there. The rest of them aren't too oily. They're just black. I mean, as you can expect. I mean, it's a little oily. The rest of them are just black. But look at the tips. Doesn't look like any of them are like crushed or anything. So now we'll look inside the cylinders. Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. I don't know if you can see, but that's in this side of the cylinder wall on 4. On these first 3, the piston was kind of up further, so I couldn't really tell, but they look decent. So I couldn't really tell nothing through that bore scope. I mean, I think it looks. So the next step is taking these rollers off and inspecting all these push rods. And if it's just a bent push rod, that wouldn't be the end of the world. So I'm going to take the heads off and get a better look. So I got all the push rods and rocker arms off here now, and they're all straight. There's no noticeable bends in them, and you can see through them. That's how you know if you got a good push rod right there. If it's pumping oil, you can see through the other side. Yeah, you can see through all of them. They're all in really good shape, actually. So now off with the heads. I got a couple head bolts off, and I'll show you when I get done. Well, just pop the cylinder head off, and this, I don't know how I couldn't see that on the bore scope. I saw it on the plug. It looked a little grayish and stuff, like there's some metallic in there, but this engine is junk. Oh well. I didn't have to pay anything for it. I mean, absolutely shredded that one cylinder. And I was kind of hoping it was not something major, but turns out it is. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Yeah, this engine is totally a boat anchor. I told you guys I didn't see it on the bore scope, and I just realized suffering from some video retardation there. I didn't even look at this side. I just decided to pull the heads off, but look at this. I didn't notice that earlier. Scored the block there. So this engine is totally not reusable. I mean, you can't even rebuild it now because it took a chunk out of the block. I wonder how it did that. If you guys have any ideas in the comments, let me know. But if anyone out there has just a good running 350, at this point, it's getting pretty close to summer. And as you guys know, I trashed that other engine in my El Camino. Well, it's not trashed, but it doesn't run how I want. So if there's just a good running 350 out there that I can put in before summer, then maybe later on do a cam and heads, a roller cam with the right heads this time, let me know. But yeah, that'll be all for this video, unless I find another engine. But I think that'll be all. Thanks for watching this episode of Snowman's Garage. Just a short little video, but I thought it'd be a good video. So, but yeah, turns out that engine's junk. We'll find another one. See you later.